I'm Kristin Star, and this belatedly is a video for day number 272 of my Song a Day project. And the song that I'm doing is Mr. Sandman by the Chordettes. Bum 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 bum. Bum 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 bum. Mr. Sandman, bring me a dream. Make him the cutest that I've ever seen. Give him two lips like roses and clovers, and tell him that his lonesome nights are over. Sandman, I'm so alone, don't have nobody to call my own, so please turn on your magic beam. Mr. Sandman, bring me a dream. Bum 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 bum. Mr. Sandman, bring me a dream. Make him the cutest that I've ever seen. Give him the word that I'm not a rover. Then tell him that his lonesome nights are over. Sandman, I'm so alone, don't have nobody to call my own, so please turn on your magic beam. Mr. Sandman, bring me a dream. Bum 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 bum. Mr. Sandman, bring me a dream. Give him a pair of eyes that sparkle and gleam. Give him a lonely heart like Polygotchi, and lots of wavy hair like Liberace. Mr. Sandman, someone to hold would be so peachy before I'm too old, so please turn on your magic beam. Mr. Sandman, bring me, please, please bring me, Mr. Sandman, bring me a dream. That was my rendition of Mr. Sandman by the Chordettes. Whew, overdid it at the end there. Give myself a headache. Pushed it rather hard. Anyway, originally I was actually thinking of doing the song, originally I was actually thinking of doing a different song for this video. I was going to do, Mama said there'll be days like this, there'll be days like this. My mama said, Mama said, Mama said, Mama said there'll be days like this, there'll be days like this. My mama said, because that came into my head recently and I really had the voice down, I think. But when I listened to it more, I was like, I don't know, you know, like, about the verses and stuff, and when I thought of that, I then thought of this, and I was like, well, I definitely should do that at some point, so I decided to just do this one instead. It is a really good song, and I think I do have a good voice for songs from like 40s through 60s, and this one's from right within that realm. I had to check. I thought it was late 50s, early 60s, but it's actually 1954. So the song's as old as my parents. It's kind of interesting. But obviously, since they were born that year, they would have been listening to it when it was new. But you know, I don't think that much music came out back then, so that's probably why it probably was popular well into their childhood. But you know, there wasn't like the insanity that is the music world today. Okay. Anyway, though, it's weird though that it's from that long ago because some of the lyrics, I mean, it's dated with the Liberace reference, and I had to look up Polygotchi. Apparently that's an opera, but the one line is so funny. Well, the one stanza, someone to hold would be so peachy before I'm too old. Well, actually, it's weird. I changed it from us to me in the last couple verses because I'm one person, not a group of people singing. But I just thought that was so funny. I never knew that part of the song before. I knew, you know, the main part, the first couple stanzas, which essentially repeat. But it is a good song. I think my voice goes really well with it. There was a cute episode of The Golden Girls that I was watching on rerun like a month or two ago, and I don't know why the song didn't come to mind for my project then. There's this scene where, oh, chipmunk. There's a chipmunk outside. They are so adorable. There's a scene where the girls are babysitting somebody's baby. even know if I know. Sometimes I'll watch partial episodes. And now, since Hallmark's doing their insane 3-month-long Christmas thing, Golden Girls isn't going to be on for the next few months. So that's annoying, because sometimes I just like to watch Golden Girls. And so does my friend Steve. He likes a lot of like older sitcoms and stuff, but lots of people like Golden Girls. When we were younger, my friend Allison, both she and her brother, I think, definitely her brother, loved Golden Girls. Like, wanted to meet Rose. Rose was always my favorite. Anyway, though, so there's a scene, and they're trying to calm this baby, and so they sing the song. I think Rose said it's how she got her kids to fall asleep or whatever. I guess that timeline would work out, considering when the song's from. But so she goes bum, and then she tries to get them all, bum 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 bum, and but she's like doesn't like really pronounce it like bum 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 bum, and but it's cute. And then like as is typical on sitcoms, they stop singing, the baby wakes up and cries, and they have to start singing again. They're pushing the baby around the room, bum 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 bum. And of course, it's an appropriate song, Sandman and Sleep. But well, actually, it's borderline within the song, because it's about a dream, but like an embodiment of a dream. So I don't know, weird, but creative nonetheless, and a cute song and very catchy. One of those songs that kind of stays reasonably popular throughout time. Not popular as in like pop culture, but most people probably know that song. But anyway, and when I was listening to it on YouTube earlier, somebody said something about like the song reminding them of some creepy movie. Apparently, it was used in the original Halloween. I only saw that once a long time ago at a friend's birthday party, and I like fell asleep during it. I don't know if I would recall that, but maybe in the back of my mind. But there's something creepy about old songs in a certain context. And I know a certain other, much older, I think, song used in a horror movie that I don't even like to talk about. It's got a name that rhymes. I watched it at maybe my 16th birthday? No, maybe? I don't know. Maybe. And had to sleep with the lights on for like a year after that. So, don't like to talk about it. It's probably like not one of the scariest movies for most people. To give you a hint, it had Justin Long in it. That's probably the first thing I remembered seeing him in. I didn't remember he had been in Galaxy Quest, which I saw long before that. But it was horrible. Unbeatable monsters, not okay. Yeah, I get creeped out even thinking about it. But anyway, so there's something creepy about old songs being used in like a horror movie context. There's like something spooky about them. There's something inherently spooky about them. No matter how like upbeat or even cute like this, the song might be, on its own. So that's weird. It's kind of an enigma. But anyway, that's basically it. I had 2 more things I was gonna say, but while I went to the back to check on the year of the song, Eddie went up here, which I think you probably saw before, but now he's settled in. Timmy's right here out of view. By the fake bloody cleaver Halloween thing. And Jake's back there in the dollhouse. You might be able to see him. Anyway, though, Timmy was bathing himself right in front of the camera before, probably partially in view. I had to keep stopping him. But anyway, funny story. So as I mentioned in the last video or two, not funny part of the story is that I damaged my last memory card, and I've been like putting it in rice, and it seems to be shot, so that's very disappointing, pretty upsetting. But I do think that I got my stuff off of it, so hopefully I did not lose anything important. But anyway though, this is Sunday's video, even though it's well into the day Monday for anyone who operates in daylight hours, and or anyone who actually follows calendar. But Timmy two-tone. Anyway, but as usual, I was on quite a bad schedule, and I was like, well, you know, it reached a point where I was like, oh, you know, I'll wait for the new memory card to come because it was supposed to be coming within the day. And I was like, you know, rather than trying to work at low resolution with like less than a minute, if I could even get that, because I took so many pictures and I want to save them all because I've had bad luck with storage devices, so I don't trust anything. But, and even the cards aren't trustworthy apparently. But, if film and pictures from film did not have animal gelatin in them, I would probably still take old school pictures. But once I found that out, I had to go digital. But technology is not always reliable. I wish they would come up with completely synthetic film and make technology more reliable and storage devices safer, like a black box in a plane. And then there's that age-old thing, why don't they make the whole plane out of that? But anyway, like the question about Braille on a drive-through window. But who knows, really, people are whacked. But anyway, rambling here. So I was waiting for the memory card, and I saw the UPS truck come and go at like 1 something, and I was like, okay, that's a little on the early end, that's good. I went out then, it was this like pathetically taped together box of replacement pineapple. I get cans of pineapple through Amazon, and the cases are almost always open, and I complain to them and I get replacements because like, I'm a germaphobe. I don't want loose cans. I purposely order things in cases for a reason, you know, and I don't know what the heck they're doing there. Everything's always like open or broken or whatever. And so these are actually the replacement ones, and the box is all taped up, and they're all strewn about within there, and I'm like, ugh, not again. And Amazon's gonna try, like, once in the past, they closed my account. They're like, you asked for too many replacements and refunds. And I'm like, well, do things right. But anyway, I'm a difficult person to deal with. But, you know, it's a matter of principle, largely, too. But anyway, total tangent there. So, memory card wasn't there. So I was like, well, you know, memory card comes in a small envelope. Maybe it was delivered by USPS to the mailbox. So I ran all the way up to the road. I have like a 400-foot driveway, like 300 feet of it's a hill. And ran up in my slippers and robe and stuff. You know, it's actually not that cold out, thankfully. But, you know, still a little brisk on the lungs. But, so, get up to the mailbox. I see the mail. No package envelope. So I go down, and I'm getting all flustered and frustrated because I've had bad experiences with postal system, UPS, etc. before, where things go missing or, you know, are late and they neglect to, like, you know, make good on bringing them to you and whatnot. So, you know, you sort of automatically shifted into agitated mode. And so I looked it up on the computer. It said out for delivery, but I was like, well, the mail's already here. And so I called the post office, and over the course of like 2 hours, you know, I was back and forth with them. They were trying to reach the carrier. You know, I was trying to determine if they'd be able to come back with it, or my dad would have to stop at the post office, which he's actually like not in our town. But all the stressful machinations and stuff. And the person called back, and they're like, the carrier said she didn't deliver your mail yet. And I'm like, maybe it wasn't today's mail in the mailbox. And like, you know, maybe we didn't pick up the mail Saturday or something. I say we. It's the first time I'd been up to the mailbox in like months probably. But anyway though, so sure enough I went up there, and today for everybody else, today's mail was there with the memory card. And so it was much ado about nothing. I was like, oh my gosh. And so I called my dad up, and I'm like, apparently we're just really lame. You know, we just didn't get our mail. I mean, it was like 2 in the afternoon when I checked the mailbox, so, you know, normally mail would be there by then, I would think. But apparently not. But so, I wasted a large part of my day, you know, my extended Sunday. But the card finally came, and so I was able to do my video without it being in like a bunch of choppy pieces and without having to run to the back and take the video off and whatnot. Although, when I was talking afterwards, my battery did start to run out, so I preemptively changed the battery to not have to record parts over again. Anyway though, I'm rambling on and on, like I don't like doing, because it takes so much longer in editing when videos are long and so much more daunting to deal with them. But that is the one other thing I was going to say. about editing. I did finally get video 233 up, but I've not yet gotten to editing the next one, and I think the videos from the over a month that I'm behind are a mix of long ones and shorter ones. So I think some of them are quite short, some of them are very rambly and long, as tends to be the case, and some are in between. So hopefully I'll be able to tackle them at a reasonable rate. But there's so many things I never get around to doing. I do not know what I do with my time, really. I don't have a job. I don't really go out anywhere. I do not know where my time goes. I do watch way too much TV, but I think it's mostly OCD. Washing my hands and taking screen caps of everything on the computer. I have to save everything I've ever seen on the internet. Not fun. And that is such a time waste. But anyway, though, I am going to try to get the editing and posting under control. At least I did get one more video up. It had been over a week, but I gotta really get on top of that because it has gotten out of hand with being 40 days behind. But anyway, I will do what I can with that, and obviously all those videos will be up by the time this gets up, but hopefully it won't be further behind at that point. I mean, videos of editing now, I'm talking about oh yeah, I'm I don't know, 10 behind maybe, which was a lot at the time. Yeah, 10, that's for amateurs. I'm professionally behind on posting now. I don't know. Anyway, I ramble too much and I get silly. But anyway, so hopefully I'll have that under control soon. And anyway, hopefully the song sounded good. I gesture over at the lyrics where I placed them on the table before. But anyway, hopefully that sounded good. I do think I have a really good voice for older songs. My dad's you should do more older songs, but there's not a ton that really, resonate or, are, housed within my memory, in any capacity. But some come back on my radar intermittently, and, earlier I was thinking again about Will You Still Love Me Tomorrow, because apparently Mama said There'll Be Days Like This is also by the Chordettes, and I was singing that. I was oh man, I already did that one, because that's a good song too. But anyway though, so once again, the song that I performed for this video was Mr. Sandman by the Chordettes. And here's my lovely buddy, Timmy Two-Tone. Adorable and aloof as he is. And you probably saw Mr. Eduardo before. Anyway, though, once again, that was my rendition of Mr. Sandman by the Chordettes for day 272 of my Song a Day project. As always, thanks for listening, and please check back often. I'm Kristin Star. Peace. Darn, I wanted to get Jakey on video in the dollhouse, sleeping. It seemed appropriate with the song. He was up there sleeping in there before. It was adorable. You might have seen him in the background. But there he is now. A little more awake, but still tired, as cats often are. But if you had to bathe yourself like they do, you'd probably sleep all day too. Lots of yawns. There's Ed. Adorable. That's the lay. Thanks again for listening. I'm Kristin Star. Peace.